A recent study was done on Nigerians, and they came to the conclusion that Nigerians spent over 730 billion naira annually on sports betting, which is about 2 billion naira every day. But it's shocking that nobody's actually talking about this. Sports betting, they sell this idea, they paint this picture that you can have all you want by just selecting a few random odds and placing money, and everything you want will be yours. Your dream car, your dream house, your dream partner, everything will be yours. So what do you think happens to people when they have this entity promoting this idea? Because the economy is bad, everybody is getting more stressed, everyone is getting more depressed, and you have this entity selling you this idea that everything you want will be yours. You just have to do this thing and this thing. What do you think happens? Exactly. But this is the thing here. The only reason I'm actually making this video is I was watching one EPL match and I noticed that after the first half, during the break, with every ad that comes up, let's say a random ads come up, with every random ad there's 2 sports betting ads. So let's say for instance maybe a body cream shows an ad. The next 2 ads that will show will be on sports betting. It can be 1xBet, Bet9, Sporty Bet. Another new ad comes up, 2 betting ads comes again. There's a lot of them. And one interesting thing about these ads is that everybody's always happy, everybody's always winning in this ad, which got me thinking, if people are actually winning, where are these people making their money from? I mean, they are sponsoring a lot of people. And if you're in Nigeria, there's a very big chance that your favorite hit maker at a point in time has promoted sports betting to you. They will just be like, use the link in my bio to win 600 million % welcome bonus. Let's be real here. There's a very big chance that they actually pay to do that. They are not actually their intention is not for you to win the welcome bonus, but they're actually being paid to do that. Now, I don't have problem with content creator promoting this, because at the end of the day, everybody's trying to put food on their table. But what I'm actually surprisingly shocked about is the way this sports betting platform goes about their advertisements. They intentionally target well-respected people. Like you see people like JJ Okocha, someone, a Nigerian footballing legend. They target Kanu Nwankwo. They target Davido. Davido has millions of fans in and outside of Nigeria looking up to him, and he's promoting 1xBet to them. Now, let's be sincere, I would like us to take a step back, because it's easy, because for humans, it's easy for us to just point fingers at people and not self-evaluating. At the time, I was very addicted to Bet Nigeria, and I can remember, I don't know if it's still their motto till now, but the motto used to be reward for passion. So basically, what I translated it as is your reward for supporting this your particular club or team. So they are basically giving you a platform to support your team and make money off of it. It's not just watching them and screaming about whatever they are doing, but then they give you a chance to put your money where your mouth is. So what they are basically saying is, so let's give it for instance, now I'm a Man City fan. They are giving me an opportunity to bet on Man City. So when every time Man City wins, even though I'm not collecting any winning from them winning, but then I can also have my own little win from supporting them. So that's basically what they say. But this is the picture they paint. But in this video, I'm going to show you how they are painting this picture, but they are carefully nudging you where they actually want you to go. Let me show you what they're actually portraying here. So let's say I'm a Man City fan and I want to support Man City in the EPL. So let's say there's a season Man City. So what I'm supposed to do, what they are basically telling me to do is, with every Man City, you can just bet on Man City, right? So let's say I have 100,000 naira and I decide that every time Man City plays in the EPL, I'm going to stake 100,000 naira on them to win. Now, this is the thing, the odd varies. So normally Man City is a strong team, so the odd is not always enormous or very big, at least not in EPL. So their odd is always within the range of 1.20 to like 1.80, 90, depending on who they are playing with, or if they are home or away. So let's just take an average. Let's just say 1.40, that's the average. So let's just pick that as an average. So I'm saying every time Man City plays, I'm going to stake 100,000 on them on that 1.40. So with every win that Man City gets, I get 40,000. That's 40% of my money. That's exactly what they are saying. So let's say in a season, Man City won about 30 matches and then they drew maybe 6 and lost 2. So that means I made 40,000 on all of their winnings. So that means I made 40,000 times 30, which is going to give me roughly about 1.2 million. And then I lost 8, which is 6 draw and 2 lost. So that's 800,000. So that's 1.2 minus 800,000. So I'm basically at the end of the season, I end with 400,000, which is about 400% of the money I put into it. That is what they actually want you to do. That is what they're actually preaching. But this is how they nudge you the direction they want you to go. So now let's take Arsenal. Like last season, Arsenal was like unstoppable. Arsenal was doing very well. So let's say, okay, let's just use the same random odd. Let's just use 1.4 for Arsenal. I think it might be bigger, but let's just use 1.4. So you look at Arsenal and you're like, Arsenal is also playing well this season. Why not just put Arsenal to my Man City and then increase my chance of winning? Now see what happens. If you use Arsenal and Man City, instead of you to win 40,000 on every 100,000 that you used to stake, you will win 96,000, which is like 96% of your money. So you're like, 96%. I mean, Arsenal is good, Man City is good. There's nothing stopping them from winning, right? And then you look at it again, like, more. Look at Liverpool too. Liverpool is also very good. So I'm going to give Liverpool also that random odd of 1.40. So you now use Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And let's be sincere here, those three clubs are actually unstoppable. They're actually one of the best that EPL has to offer. So you use Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And guess what happens to your winning percent? You now get to win, instead of 40,000 on just Man City alone, or 96,000 on both Man City and Arsenal. But because you include Liverpool, you are now getting to win 274,000, which is about 274% of your money. That's what you get to win. All good, right? But let me show you what happened to your chances of winning. So let's try to dissect this here. The chances of Man City winning in any match should be, unless they are playing against very strong team, but then the vast majority of the teams in EPL, Man City probably has a 70% chance of winning, 20% chance of draw, and then maybe 10% chance of losing the match. So that means with every match of Man City that you play, you get a 70% chance of winning that game, right? And when you include Arsenal and then you include Liverpool, get what happens to your chances of winning that game? It becomes around 33%, which means you have a higher chance of losing that game than winning it, which is basically, it's just numbers game. With every small thing you had to it, the increase is exponential, but then at the same time, the chances of winning is decreasing exponentially. Now, let me show you how they make hits that you always keep coming back. Let me show you how they do it. Now, you've played your 3 games, Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. You play the 3 of them, and let's say Man City and Liverpool, they are playing by 4 p.m. and then Arsenal is playing by 8. So Man City and Liverpool played by 4 and the 2 of them won. You are good. So it's remaining one more game, right? And let's say Arsenal, for God knows what, they drew the match. So your ticket is out. And then you're like, it's just one. We go again. Now they also included one more thing to make it as if you caused your own problem, and they call it cash out. What is cash out? Now cash out is just like an opportunity for you to partially close your trade. So for traders, you probably understand where I'm coming from. So they give you an opportunity to partially close your trade. So let's say after Man City and Arsenal has played, you have 2, and then it's just remaining one that you're waiting for. They will give you an opportunity to cash out, which is, so let's say you played those 2 alone, you probably won like 96,000. If you have played just those 2 with 100,000 from our previous mathematics, you should have won like 96,000. But because of the fact that you're including 3 and you're still waiting for 1, instead of them to give you 96, you probably get about 60, which is not up to, and then you'll be like, why did I just leave this last one? I mean, this last one is Liverpool. Liverpool will keep Bournemouth now. Why will I close this day? And if I leave it and they win, I'll probably win like 290 something thousand to, I'll get like 290 something thousand to 60,000. No, I cannot just leave over 200,000 like that on the markets. Let me just be patient. They say no risk, no gain. You know that feeling now. And then all of a sudden, the inevitable happens. Arsenal draw or they lose or whatever. At the end of the day, you lose the game. So now you are like, I should have cashed out. Now let's take a step back. Do you remember the outrageous number I told you about in the beginning of the video? The 730 billion naira that we're spending annually. Which is one of the reasons I decided to make this video. So I heard a story of a man that wanted to open a Bet9 shop. So he went to like the upper class, the above average people where they are living, basically rich people, the area they are majorly in, and he decided to open a store there. And after running the store for a while, he realized that he was spending more in maintaining and running the business than he was making. So at the end of the day, he had to close down the shop. You're probably wondering, if the rich and the wealthy people are not playing, the people that have like loads of money to dispose are not playing, so where are they making the 2 billion naira every day from? They're making it from the garage. If you watch most Bet9 stores, Bet9 shop, Prospective Bet, 1xBet, it's always at garage, car parks, filling station, where mostly people where people who live by the saying, no food for lazy man. This is area that is dominated by people that actually work every day, not so that they can have food for next week. No, that's so ambitious. These are people that work every day so that they can have food for that day. Those are their targets, and it's amazing that nobody's saying anything about it. But to even make matters worse, do you know these people actually pay tax? Like I was reading somewhere, they say they pay tax to the government. So basically what they do is they take from the poor and they give to the government. They take from people that are actually working every day so they can eat on that same day, and they give to celebrities to keep on promoting them. We can always blame, but at the end of the day, do you really need to? See, this thing here is this. Let's be sincere. Sport betting is meant for people that actually have the money to bet. Like if you have the money and then you're actually getting rewarded for your passion for supporting the particular team, your chances of winning 10 million naira with 100,000 naira is about, so judging by my initial calculation, my initial understanding, the 1.4. So let's say you are being conservative, you are picking teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City, people that are strong. Your chances of winning 10 million naira from like acquiring that your dream car or whatever, let's just use 10 million naira as a ballpark figure. Your chances of winning 10 million naira, stay with me, is 0.0043%. For you to use 100,000 naira to make 10 million naira from sport betting, 0.0043%. That is like taking one random person from 1,000 people. It's that slim. If you approach this from a business perspective, you have a very big challenge, because big men that have money, they don't want to double their money now. They don't want to think and grow rich, man. They don't want to drop with their money. They are basically trying to, get 10%, 15%. If you go about your day, go about your betting in the same orientation, in the same mentality, there's a very big chance they are going to be successful most of the way. But when you come and then you're like looking for 200%, which is, to be sincere, is conservative. Have you seen people seek it? Oh my days. That's it for me for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.